interest does a $482 investment earn at a 5% rate over 3 years? So this problem has to do with investing. When you put money into stocks, or when you put money into savings accounts or high interest savings accounts, the bank will or the stocks will gain money, or they'll pay you money to put your money with them or in that stock. So if you invest $482 into the problem doesn't tell us specifics, but it tells us that we invest $482, and over the 3-year period that we sat our money wherever it is, it gained a 5% interest. So there's a couple key things here. First of all, we need to know the little formula to solve for interest. I equals P RT. That is our little formula that we're going to use to solve this. Each one of these letters stands for something. This is what we're going to solve for, that is the interest. P stands for principal. I will talk about that more in a second. R stands for rate. And finally, T stands for time. So 3 of these things are in our problem. $482 investment. Your initial investment, or your initial loan amount, this also applies to loans, that is the principal. So in this problem, we invested $482. That is our initial investment. That is the initial principal. So in this equation, we're going to plug in 482 for P. R is the rate. So the rate is the percentage of return. In this case, it was 5%. The thing about the rate, though, is the rate is always going to be, we're going to need to put it in a decimal, just like we did with the tax, the tip, and the discount. This 5%, we actually need to change that to a decimal. So remember, a percent to a decimal, we're going to move that decimal place 2 places to the left. So 5%, what we're actually going to plug into our equation is 0.05. Not 0.5, that'd be 50%, 0.05. And then finally, the last one is T. T stands for time, and in the problem it tells us that we're keeping this investment for 3 years. So the hard part with this process is making sure that the right numbers are going with the right things: principal, rate, and time. We are solving for the interest. It says at the very beginning how much interest, so we don't know that. Interest is the I. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to rewrite my little equation, and then I'm going to plug in those numbers. So remember, when we plug in numbers for variables, we should put them in parentheses. And then once I have that, it's just multiplication. P times R times T. So 482 times 0.05 times 3, that should give us 72.3. Now we're dealing with money, so let's add a 0 on there. $72.30 is how much interest, how much money you will get just for letting your money sit there in whatever investment that money was in. So the total interest amount was $72.30.